Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Unsealed. Today's episode is going to be on Malcolm X and the conspiracy of his death being planned by the government and the Muslim association that he was involved with. So, I have my co-host today, Hector, right here. My name is Eddie. And so today, we're going to be talking about his death. So, we'll pull up our little file right here with all the information. So, just a dummy summary of what happened. Essentially, Malcolm X was a Muslim activist who strove for black excellence, and he fought for the rights of those who needed them. And he did so in a way many people believe were radical. And this involved, hatred rather than peace, as opposed to many beliefs at the time. So he was deeply involved with a man named Elijah Muhammad, in which he turned and converted him into a Muslim, and they had a really close relationship until one day he spoke out against some conspiracies that were actually proven to be true about Elijah Muhammad having sexual relations with a minor, and this led to the downfall of Malcolm X, as he was believed to be a new target and threat of both the group that he was associated with, that Elijah Muhammad was the leader of, and the government, because of his power that was on the rise and getting many people to protest and turn against what was going on at the time. So that's just a little overview of what happened. So my co-host, he has some questions to answer from our fans on the internet that they submitted. So go ahead, if you'd like to start right here.
Question 1. What is the key claim of the conspiracy? Pretty much, the main conspiracy claim says Malcolm X in 1965 was assassinated at the Audubon Ballroom. It wasn't just a few Nation of Islam members. Some believe it involved a large cover-up, either A, planned internal hit by the Nation of Islam of Malcolm's break with Elijah Muhammad, or B, government complicity where the FBI, CIA, or NYPD knew of or helped conceal the plot. Three men were convicted in 1966. Thomas Hayen confessed to shooting Malcolm X, but later said the two others, Muhammad Aziz by Khalil Islam, were innocent. Their convictions were vacated in 2021 when evidence surfaced that police and prosecutors withheld key information.
Okay, so that was the first question. Let's see who this was submitted by. Elias Melenders. Man, that's definitely an interesting thing to submit, Elias. So let's look at the next question. Question 2. What was happening historically that made this believable? Okay, so according to what we researched, and also as a little precursor of what I said at the beginning with the summary, in the early 1960s, Malcolm X split from the Nation of Islam and began promoting global Pan-African unity. He became a target of anger within the nation's ranks. At the same time, the FBI's COINTELPRO program was secretly monitoring and disrupting black activists, including Malcolm X. That real history of surveillance and hostility makes the idea of deeper involvement believable to many. So, this is a broad overview of, where the conflict began with him and the Nation of Islam, and, the entry of the government into this conflict. Let's see, who was this submitted by? An Elijah Arredondo. Oh, man. Yeah, cool questions. Keep it up. All right, question 3.
A third question that we got is, what credible evidence supports the conspiracy? Hayer's sworn statement named other nation members, implying more people were involved. Declassified FBI files show intense surveillance and possible suppression of evidence. Witness accounts that were never disclosed during the 1966 trial surfaced decades later, providing official misconduct. In 2024, Malcolm X's family filed a $100 million lawsuit accusing federal and city agencies of conspiring and to conceal their role.
Okay, this was submitted by an Evan Nawat, a very lively fan of this. Shout out to Evan. Okay, question 4. What evidence weakens or debunks this whole conspiracy? So, to be truthful, there is a lot of evidence to also contrast the belief of what Malcolm X did. So, Hayer admitted he was one of the shooters, confirming Nation of Islam involvement rather than a hidden outside assassin. No public document shows that the FBI, CIA, or NYPD ordered or directly executed the killing. The 2021 court ruling focused on withheld evidence and wrongful convictions, not on proving a government-run assassination. So yeah, this is definitely a strong claim to go against this, contrary to what many people believe. And then for the fifth question, here, if you'd like to wrap up on that.
I'd like to wrap up on this fifth question with it being, how did media, public opinions, and government response shape the theory? So pretty much, the media revived interest. The 2020 Netflix series Who Killed Malcolm X pressured the Manhattan DA to reopen the case, leading to exonerations, public distrust of the law enforcement, especially in black communities. We fueled belief in wider plots. Government secrecy for decades strengthened suspicions, and files were finally released. They confirmed misconduct, but not a direct order to kill him. And the 2024 family lawsuit keeps the controversy alive. And the reader who sent this one out goes by the name of
What was that? Right here. Oh, Aaron Mojica. Oh, okay. I see. Wait, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Yeah? Oh, really? Okay, so just came in. We're actually gonna have a guest speaker on our documentary right now. It's actually the same person who just submitted the question that we actually just read out by the name of Aaron Mojica. So we'd like to introduce him in. Aaron, if you could come in. Oh, I'm getting a little personal here. Okay. Alright, come in. So this is our guest right here. This is Aaron Mojica, and from what the phone call said, if you can see, he's a little injured right now. He actually got in a fight with a girl at the Starbucks, and we can see who won right here clearly. So definitely embarrassing situation, but we can get started. So, is there anything you'd like to, present? I see you have flashcards there. What's on that?
I have a couple questions for you guys.
Okay, go ahead.
How did the government transparency influence it?
Okay, Hector, if you'd like to answer that.
the what?
Could you repeat the question?
How did the government? It's okay. We'll cut this out. How did the government transparency influence it?
So the government transparency influenced it by see, this question is pretty easy that I think my partner here, Eddie Garcia, could answer it.
Okay. Here, slide it over. Okay. What was the question? How did
the government transparency influence it?
Okay, so the lack of transparency by the government actually resulted in hidden FBI and police files, destroying public trust and allowing alternative theories to grow. And also, this later disclosures validated some doubts on the belief behind the assassination. So, it definitely caused a lot of mistrust within the people and, forced them, not necessarily forced them, but in their minds forced them to go against what the public believed. So, that's the answer to that question. Next question.
What made this theory believable to some people?
Okay, so the reason why this was so believable is because Malcolm X had open enemies in the Nation of Islam, the FBI's COINTELPRO program, and they targeted him, and also the authorities withheld evidence, which all of these were factors that made official stories very suspect. So, it definitely made it so it appeared as very real to the people that were keeping up with this. So, there's the answer to that question.
Okay. For my next question, why is it important for citizens to verify info?
Okay, so I actually like to pass this on to Hector because it's a very well-written answer that I believe he put here.
So pretty much why must citizens verify information is mostly because unchecked claims can mislead the public and harm innocent people. Verifying facts ensures accountability and prevents false narratives from replacing evidence.
Alright, and for my last and final question, What role did technology or media play in spreading it?
I'll answer that. So pretty much the role that the tech and the media played in it is that documentaries, social media, and streaming platforms spread new findings to millions. The Netflix series and even triggered a new investigation.
Okay, and to add on to that, that answer is definitely more present. However, we look into the past, we can actually see like very like different uses of all of the ways of media, such as newspaper, radio, just word of mouth information that people would spread, especially at large gatherings and rallies. So that's definitely one way like the media would influence people in that manner. So that's another way to answer your question. Are those all the questions?
Yeah.
All right then. I think that wraps up our episode of Unsealed. So thank you for having us, or for us having you actually. Thank you for your time. Yeah. Hopefully we see you on here again. I hope you stay subscribed to our channel, and keep watching. Stay a fan. We appreciate your time.
And if you're
If
not
you'd like to go out the
subscribed,
way you came, go ahead.
and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so you can stay tuned to new YouTube videos and stuff.
And that's a wrap, people.
Alright, bro, this is my house. Stop. Mom. Mira a Eric. Yeah, oh, okay.
Stop recording.